Shanti. So, shall I start?
Yes, Pratak.
Yes, okay. So, I realized that I had read quite a bit of the Murli already. So, it was more than half of the Murli that was read yesterday. So, we're reading the second part of the Murli. And I had marked till what point I had read. So, now we're going to read this part, the second part. So, Baba is saying, Acha, now one more turn, that is time to meet remains. This was the second last meeting of the season. In fact, today is the last meeting when it comes to meeting in the corporeal form in this way. So maybe the next meeting, and if I'm not mistaken, the last meeting used to be a service meeting where Baba would come to a group of the senior yogis, the senior teachers, dadis and all, and would just meet the service companions, the top service students, I don't know, service teachers, the main instruments. But what Baba is saying that today is the last meeting when it comes to meeting in the corporeal way, corporeal form in this way. According to the program, today is the completion ceremony of meeting in the corporeal form. We shall see what happens later on. You will receive an extra bonus from the Father. However, what was the essence of these meetings that you took for yourself? Did you just hear what Baba said, or did you merge that within yourselves and put it into practice? Did you just hear what Baba said, or did you merge that within yourselves and put it into practice? What particular seasonal fruit will the season of this meeting bring? What fruit will emerge from this season of meetings? So every season has some fruits which are specific to that season. So Baba is asking for this season, what fruit will we bring or will we present to Baba? So there is importance of seasonal fruit, is there not? What was the fruit that emerged this season? Of course, you met Bab Dada, but to meet means to become equal. Milna mane saman panna. So Baba many times says, and Baba is saying that later on too, that it's not just celebration of the meeting that we need to have. Manana, manna mane banna. That is not just celebrate the meeting, but become like Baba. So manana, mane banna, milna, mane saman banna. So you will now show Bab Dada the fruit of the determination to be constantly equal to the Father, will you not? Have you prepared such fruit? Have you prepared yourselves? Or have you just listened to everything for the time being and you still have to prepare yourselves? Are you just going to celebrate a meeting, or are you going to become that? Just as you come running here with a lot of zeal and enthusiasm in order to celebrate a meeting, similarly, you are also flying to become equal, are you not? You even endure so many difficulties with the facilities you use for coming and going. However, no effort is required to go into the flying stage. Yeah, Baba wants us to fly high. Of course, there is some effort needed to launch ourselves to that altitude. Planes, when they take off, they need a lot of power to be able to take off. But once they reach the cruising altitude, then, there's not much power needed. So that's what Baba wants us to do, is to fly high. And as many of you would know, that most commercial flights fly pretty high, I think 35, 40,000 feet up in the air. And at that height, actually people may think the plane is going to take a lot of fuel to reach there. That's okay, but up there is so little air resistance that the plane is able to fly very easily. There's no turbulence as well, so the flight is also very smooth. So think of it, the same thing we have to do. It might require a little bit extra effort to launch ourselves to that height. But once we reach there, then it will be smooth sailing and there'll be very less effort that will be needed. Yes, so however, no effort is required to go into the flying stage. Now, what is Baba saying? Very important here. There was an Avyak Murli not too long back, which we had read. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I had read it for this group. It was Chodo to Chuto, that is, only when you let go can you become free. So here Baba is talking about the same thing. You've made limited branches your supports and are clutching onto them or sitting on them. We are the ones who are holding on to our bondages, in other words. So therefore, O flying birds, now let go of the branches. Let go of even the golden branches. So there are these wooden branches, you have the gross bondages, but then there are subtle bondages, which Baba is saying these are the golden branches. It was the golden deer that sent Sita into the cottage of sorrow. The consciousness of mind, my name, my respect, my honor, my center are all golden branches. The subtle mind. Baba is not talking about the gross forms of mind. You see, when we listen to these Avyak Mulis, you will feel, there's a difference between Baba's tone and Baba's energy in the Sakar Mulis versus Avyak Mulis. In Avyak Mulis, Baba assumes that we have already crossed these earlier hurdles of gross forms of body consciousness and vices and ego. Right now, Baba is talking about ego. So, all our ego or attachment, all of those gross forms we've already taken care of. So, now Baba wants us to be free from even those subtlest forms of vices, the tiniest forms of vices, which Baba was talking about earlier in the Murli that we read yesterday, the traces of the vices. Yeah, so the consciousness of mine, my name, my respect, my honor, my center are all golden branches. Yeah, so sometimes many Baba's children, we sometimes are able to free ourselves from my house, my car, my job, my business, my shoes, my jacket, my purse, all of those things, no big deal. But then my service at the center or my honor, that somebody took away my service, so my honor is gone. But this is my center, that is not my center, this is my center. Or I should look at this center, my center, more than anybody else's center. So this mine versus yours, all of these subtle attachments, subtle bondages get created. But who is creating these? We. And who is holding on to these bondages? We. So you let go of the unlimited rights and want to claim limited rights. Now, what's the point? Baba has so much to offer to us, the golden aged kingdom. So why let go of those unlimited rights for these limited rights? My. So become a flying bird and fly away from all of those. Let go of all of those limited supports. You're not parrots who constantly squawk to be set free. They don't let go themselves and yet they squawk to be set free. Don't be, yeah? What's that? What's that? Yeah, so don't be parrots like that. Let go and fly. Yes, Kartika ji?
Not audible, brother.
Not audible? Am I not audible to anyone?
You are audible, brother.
Yes, dear
Karthika,
sister.
just check on your volume.
Yeah, maybe you can disconnect and reconnect. Maybe sometimes if you're connecting through cell phone, you can turn off the cell phone, power it down, power it back on. Sometimes that helps, dear sister. Okay, ji. So let go and fly. You can become free if you let go. Babdada has given you wings. Is the purpose of the wings to fly or to sit down? Yeah, so sitting down, clutching onto these branches, it defeats the very purpose of the wings that we have been given by Baba. So what will Baba do then? What do you think? If we don't use the wings that Baba has given us, what will happen to those wings? You know, there's this saying, use it or lose it. In the world out there, they're talking about that. If you have muscles and if you don't exercise enough, these muscles, you will lose the tone, you lose the strength, the power of the muscles. So if you don't use the wings, yeah, you'll lose the power of the wings. Then when you want to fly, you won't be able to fly. Or maybe Baba will say, all right, you are not using the wings anyways, let me take it away and give it to someone else. Yeah, so become flying birds that is constantly continue to fly in the flying stage. Do you understand? This is known as offering seasonal fruit. Yeah, offering seasonal fruit is, you know, something that we're giving to Baba. You know, when there would be mangoes in the garden, or you know, at Madhuban, wherever, if there are papayas or mangoes or whatever, then they would be offered to Baba. So Baba doesn't want these physical fruits. Baba appreciates them. That's okay to give, but what Baba truly wants is this reward, if you will, of the of whatever he has done for us. You know, in a way, we show him by becoming that. So that would be the seasonal fruit for him. Yes, that we are flying high. We have let go of all our attachments, all our bondages. Yeah, nothing can stop us. We become unstoppable. So that being unstoppable, that stage of flying freely high up in the air, making amazing amount of effort, is the gift that Baba wants to see from us. Baba wants to receive from us. Yes, Acha, to the elevated souls who are constantly full of the practical fruit. And what is the practical fruit? That happiness, that sense of fulfillment, that I have done something for Baba. You know, when we make very good effort, truly when we make very good effort, you don't really need anybody's validation. You don't really need anybody's recognition or appreciation. You feel good internally. And all of the other things that come, that's bonus. Sure, people will appreciate, people will recognize. The problem with people's recognition and appreciation is that one day you might get it, the next day you may not get it. Yes, and so one day you may feel good, the next day you'll feel disappointed. But the practical fruit is that sense of fulfillment, that meaningful experience that we end up having, you know, to our own lives. Wow, you know, I did something good. I made good effort. I showed up. I sat for the Murli class as a nice student, as a good student. I noted down points, and now I remember so many wonderful points of the Murli. And then this point, I was able to apply to the challenge that came my way today. I'm feeling so good about it. मजा आ गया. That is the practical fruit Baba is talking about. And perfect. To those who are constantly incorporeal, what did Baba say about incorporeal? Incorporeal in thoughts. Egoless. Egoless in words. And viceless in actions. Equal to the Father. Sameep se saman. The closer we are to Baba, the more equal we are to the Father. To those who never allow any vice even to touch any of their actions. So no trace of any vice. To such complete renunciate souls. To the flying birds who constantly fly in the flying stage. To such elevated souls who are equal to the Father, Bap Dada's love, remembrance, and namaste. So we, spiritual children, say namaste to the spiritual Father. Yes. So then Bap Dada is meeting groups. The first group, the title of this conversation with the first group is with the stage of a master almighty authority. Finish the rubbish of waste. Yes, Baba wants us to become so powerful. इतनी सक्षमता आ जाए हमारे में, इतनी capacity बढ़ जाए that we are able to fix whatever comes our way. You see, many of these, recycling factories that we have, plastic recycling factory or paper recycling factory. The paper goes in, all the rubbish paper, rubbish plastic goes in, and out comes brand new plastic. The more powerful the machine is, no matter what kind of plastic or what kind of paper or what kind of rubbish comes, everything will be taken care of. If the machine is not powerful, every now and then it'll get stuck. You see? So that's what Baba is wanting us to do, is to make ourselves extremely powerful, master almighty authorities, that nothing stops us, that we never get stuck, and we are able to change all of the rubbish. The waste then becomes the best. Vyarth se samarth. So do you constantly consider yourself to be a master almighty authority soul? To be an almighty authority means to be powerful. Those who are powerful are able to finish the rubbish of waste. A master almighty authority means one who has no name or trace of wastage. Always have the aim of being a powerful soul who finishes all wastage. Just as it is the sun's duty to burn rubbish, to dispel darkness and give light, so too a master son of knowledge means to be one who finishes the rubbish of waste, to be one who dispels darkness. If you are influenced, you are weak. The Father doesn't like to hear that the Father is the almighty authority, but his children are weak. No matter what happens, always have the awareness, I am a master almighty authority. Don't think, what can I do on my own? Even one can change many others. See? Sometimes, you see, not sometimes, in fact, I would say all the time, we are weak because we think weak. And of course, then we speak weak. You see? Our words have a lot of power, but even before that, our thoughts have a lot of power. So if we think weak thoughts, we become weak, powerful in a way, in the wrong way. In a weak way, we become powerful. So when we say, I can't, what happens? That's a powerful message we give to our subconscious mind, that we can't. And then even when we think we can, then that subconscious mind says, no, Shwetank, you can't. You see, so we have to make sure that we think right. Yeah? We have the right awareness. That's what Baba says. At the end, it is smriti labda. That is, we become embodiments of the awareness of who we are, that we are master almighty authorities. Don't think, what can I do on my own? Even one can change many others. Become powerful yourself and make others that too. Such a tiny lamp is able to dispel darkness. What can you not do? Always have the aim of changing the atmosphere. Before becoming a world transformer, transform the atmosphere of the center and make the atmosphere powerful. Got it? So we can't say the atmosphere here is weak, or these souls create weakness. No, I have to transform everything. You see, in today's Sakar Murli, or for you it would be yesterday's Sakar Murli, Baba said that in our class, I made everybody write it down many, many times, that it is all our mistake. You remember, that's what Baba said? Galti hamari hoti hai. So instead of accusing others, blaming others, throwing the responsibility of all the problems on others, we take responsibility of everything and bring about the transformation that is needed around us. Yes, so we'll become master almighty authorities, such powerful souls that we'll never get stuck, we'll never stop, nothing will be able to stop us, and we'll be able to transform all the negative, all the waste, all the rubbish into the most amazing things the world has ever seen. Yeah, so now Bapdada is meeting couples. This is an important aspect now. See, are all of you free from the bondage of the household and constantly loving to the Father? Detached and loving. So detached from the bondage of the household, not from the household. We can't run away from our houses. our family members, our spouses, our children, our parents, no, our in-laws, people, in the world. No, we have to be in the house. We can't run away from our bosses, our colleagues at work. Got to be there. We have to do what needs to be done, but we have to be free from the bondage of all of that, and constantly loving to the Father whilst living at home with the family. You're not trapped in the bondage of any type of activity, are you? Souls who are trapped in the bondage, so see many different types of bondages. One is the bondage of other people's opinions. वो क्या सोचेगा, वो क्या सोचेगी. What will that person think? What will that person not think? One time, Sister Denise had said something very wonderful. She had said that the people or the souls, or Brahmin souls, we Baba's children, some of us will get very influenced, or in general are very influenced by other people's opinions. And those are the souls who will go into the Silver Age. So if we are constantly affected by other people's opinions, oh, if I do service, then what will other people think? If I don't do service, what will other people think? If I do this, if I don't do this, if I say this, if I don't say this, what will people do? What will people think? All of those things. Then truly speaking, I'm not a golden aged soul. I'm a silver aged soul. And she explained why she said that, and it really touched my heart. It really struck a very important chord in my heart. And she said that, you see how in Ramayana it is shown that Sita had come back to Ram after Ram rescued her from Ravan, but just one comment, one single comment by one of the laundrymen, the washermen. He said that, I would not keep my wife if she has lived in somebody else's house. And just that comment made Rama let go of Sita. He asked Sita to leave. So there's public opinion, popular opinion. So you're not trapped in the bondage of any type of activity, are you? Souls who are trapped in the bondage of people's opinions or by their relations are known as souls who are trapped in bondage. Let there not be any bondage, not even a bondage of the mind. Baba has explained over and over again, in any case, what seems like physical bondages are not really physical bondages. Everything is here in the mind. Do not have the slightest thought in your mind that you have any worldly relationship. Beautiful point here. Whilst living in a worldly relationship, let there be the awareness of your spiritual relationship. That this is a soul, a child of God, not my spouse, not my child, not my brother, not my sister, not my parents, not my in-laws. It is a worldly relationship for the sake of it, but in your awareness, let there be the subtle and spiritual relationship. Remain constantly seated on the lotus seat. Do not let even a drop of water or dirt touch you. No matter how many souls you come into contact with, remain constantly loving and detached. You have a connection with one another for the sake of service. It's not a physical relationship, but a relationship for service. You're not living with your family because of physical relationships, but because of the relationship of service. You have been assigned by God to take care of this family. Yeah? This is the service that you are supposed to do. That's it. So that's, and Baba is saying very nicely, it is not your home, but a service place. By considering it to be a service place, you will constantly have the awareness of service. Acha. Om Shanti. Yeah, you'll constantly have the awareness of service. So with that, we end the Murli. It was a short part that was left, the second part. So you can take a quick minute to remember Papa together. And that will also give us the opportunity to scan in our minds all that we learned today in this Murli. And then if you wish to share your points, ask questions, contribute in any way, you're welcome to. Okay, I'll stop sharing. You all were able to see the PDF clearly, the screen?
Yes.
Good. All right. Right, dear brothers and sisters, please go ahead. If not, then we can end with meditation.
Then getting ourselves entangled with our own weak conversations actually puts us down. So always stabilizing in self-respect and an empowering context is the point to take back home. And Baba mentions today in the Murli that souls who gets influenced by others. I remember that song, "Log kya kahenge," logo ka kaam to कहना ही है. So it's like not getting influenced by anything, but just being connected with the supreme power and with one's own self with a strong context is the way to move forward.
So true, so true.
Om Shanti, brother. Om Shanti, you are hearing me?
Haji, go ahead, dear sister, go ahead.
What I really felt, I put in the chat box. I loved the way Baba calls us Urda Panchi, flying birds, not a squawking parrot. That's why, as you were reading, I just put it in the chat box. But one thing which appealed me when you read the groups is the son or the child of the Father who is an almighty authority. How can his children be weak? Whatever happens, just think you are an almighty authority. You cannot do anything on your own. Even a tiny lamp can dispel darkness, and you are a child of the almighty authority. So transform the atmosphere, transform the self, and transform the world. I think that was a clarion call which Baba keeps making, which is what I would like to also carry along with the flying bird. Shanti.
Good, Girjapan. Very nice, yes. And you have written fly, fly, fly. Wonderful. And then M. Radhamani has said I have to let go of all the golden branches too. Yes. So, but before we let go of the golden branches, have we let go of the actual wooden branches? How many of you, just curious, how many of you feel that you have let go of the physical branches, those gross forms of attachments and things like that? Right.
If you look at it at a subtle level, not 100%, because it's a process which is on, and one need to be every day checking and having that awareness. A small little thing like, oh, I am late for work, putting myself down, and then getting caught with that conversation itself is also an attachment. So that level of work needs to be done on self.
Sure, yeah. No, Rakiben, what I meant was these are subtle forms, but even the gross forms are still there. You know, so many times, for many
Yeah.
of us, saying for everyone. I'm just saying in general, I see that all around, all throughout, when I talk to
I
people.
think you
And
mentioned a few of them while you were, going through the Murli. My pen, my purse, my house, my car. We still have that conversation.
right, and one is when we become Baba's children, then these golden threads come up. These golden threads are threads of service and me and mine. Oh, I am so and so. I read Murli and I do this service. And how could my image, be threatened? Even perceived threat becomes a big deal at that time. So, oh, I'm entitled to this and so on. So, but these are really the golden threads. The Haji Girja Ben Bolie, you speak.
No, no, it's okay. I just wanted to see just in a 3 or 4 Murlis back, there was again one very desperate call by Bap Dada. Bap Dada said, I can't understand how you throw away this almighty authority and you take care of all these limited supports. Like when we generally have some closeness to some dadis or seniors and all, and then we go and speak to them and we hold them as a support. But Baba says that support will not last, that support may go off tomorrow. How I can't, that one word which he said, now how can you throw off? I mean, I'm not sure of the verb there, whether it's throw or what is it, I can't remember. This almighty authority and look for limited supports. That really gave me a thing to think of.
Very nice, very nice. Good. So, but what I was, and just to add to what you were saying, very nice, whatever you shared, but just that you see the gross forms are, if let's say the service opportunity comes, oh no, but I have to feed my child. Who will take care of the child? Who will help the child go to school? Who will take care of this? Yeah, sit. So those things, yeah, are gross forms. Got it? So now I will take a leave from all of you because some students have come here for the 7 to 7:30 meditation. So I'm here, but if you could play some music or song, Rakhi Ben, or one of you to end the session. All right. Om Shanti. All right. It was wonderful to be with all of you. And now we'll meditate.
Any more sharings, any more thoughts that you would like to bring in?
That's the point I am taking home.
Vinod bhai, were you telling something we couldn't hear?
Right, sister. Okay, I'll repeat that. Baba mentioned that you have to let go of things only, then you will be able to fly high. Just like a plane which has a problem initially with the load taking up, but once it reaches there, the transit is so smooth. You don't even come to know whether you're flying or not. So our stages have to be like that, that when things fall upon us, when things are too burdensome, we just hand it over and feel lighter. Let it go, let loose of it, and then we'll be able to experience some solace, some peace. So that's one message I want to take home. Thank you.
Any other sharings from anyone? Pamela sister.
Om Shanti. I think that Choro to Chuto, the bird sitting on the branch and trying to let go, that is coming up so often for me. It's giving me a message to do that. Uh, because every time it comes up, then every time I think, oh, I better do something about it. I should write something and do something. That is my take-home message from this part, Murli too.
Yeah, I think that's a profound message of the Murli. Yes, yes, sister.
Rakhi Ben, when the sister was just sharing, I remembered, when we are young, even later, the lovely story of the eagle found in the chicken barnyard and how it was lifted up to say, hey, you are an eagle flying in the sky. You are not a chicken anymore. I remember, I think we should really have a nice kind of thought, a meditation with to show how we fly high in the sky. Fly, fly. I don't remember the words of the song of the eagle. High, high, fly in the sky. I think, as the sister said, even that particular flying bird is what Bap Dada is trying to do with every soul, because all his birds are just going down, or some are just squawking like those parrots say, Baba help us, we can't fly. I think that's really a beautiful thing to sit and reflect. Om Shanti.
So with that, let's move on to meditation with a beautiful song. Let's stabilize ourselves in the Parishta Swarup and experience each word of the song.
Yeah, what we can just do, Rakhi Ben, I think you know it. We can just imagine we are all just in Bapdada's hands. He's all of us, he's got such big hands. He's letting all of us up. And now some are flying, some are going down, and still Bapdada goes up and picks. I think with that song, it would be a beautiful vision to reflect on. Om Shanti.
फरिश्ता रूह
Om Shanti. Have a wonderful day. Keep flying and be with Baba the whole day. Thank you, Divine Family. Thank you, Shwetang Bhai. We meet tomorrow morning at 5 a.m.